Well, fuck. And that is the only joke of that variety I'm going to make this video, because there are a couple things I want to set straight right off the bat. One, this analysis is not a comparison between Netflix's adaptation and the original series, because that's like the only goddamn talking point anyone seems to voice on this platform, and it's pretty tired and worthless. Two, I'm not making this video to defend the series either. I'm not going to be trying to refute any of the criticisms commonly leveled at this show, because if I'm being honest, I hate how those kinds of videos always feel like the creator is actively apologizing for having an unpopular opinion, and that's just ridiculous to me. So just take this video for what it is. My personal thoughts and feelings on Netflix's Cowboy Bebop, an analysis of its themes, and an explanation of why I absolutely love it.
I think it's time to blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
So to start off with the superficial stuff, this show looks fantastic. The sets and costumes are all top tier, the special effects are on point, and the direction and editing is stellar. That cut in episode 3 from Jet's daughter opening her birthday present to Spike grabbing a rifle sends me rolling every time I watch it. It's clear from frame 1 that everyone who worked on this was at the top of their game and having a ball with what they were creating, and that energy is infectious. I also love just how goofy Bebop is. This series excels at balancing tone throughout its short first season. I'm continually impressed by how well it's able to transition from intentionally campy fun to real deal drama and introspection. The cast is just mwah. John Cho, Daniela Pineda, and Mustafa Shakir 100% carry this show. They completely embody these characters in their performance, and watching them interact is a delight. The rest of the cast brings it just as hard too. In particular, I love Alex Hassel as Vicious. He does such a good job balancing the character's power and authority with an underlying insecurity. It's great. The only real part of the production I take umbrage with is the action scenes, and the problem here is a simple one. Too many damn cuts. The actual choreography in these scenes is fire, so it's a real shame that we never get the chance to really appreciate it because of the frantic editing. And it's especially bizarre because it's obvious this team knows how to shoot great action. Just look at that long take in episode 9, it looks awesome. I don't know, man. Either way, it's a bit of a shame. So all of that stuff's great, but what I really hope to shine a light on with this video is the story Netflix's Bebop chooses to tell, because it's a damn good one. So in this show, basically every principal character has some kind of missing piece, something from their past that's frustratingly unresolved. For Spike, it's his relationship with Julia and Vicious. For Jet, it's not knowing who ruined his life and career. And for Faye, it's not knowing a single thing about herself. Throughout this short first season, each of these characters gets the opportunity to confront their missing piece and achieve some kind of closure. But each time they try it, it ends up proving to be a fruitless endeavor. I'd argue episode 5 is the purest expression of this idea. It focuses on Jet and his past as a cop who did everything he could to gain a reputation as a good and honest serviceman, until that was all taken away from him, along with his arm, wife, and daughter. From the moment Jet dons his old uniform, the show all but explicitly frames this action as a flight of fancy, a life that Jet has long since left behind, yet is clinging to out of a desperate desire to see his name cleared. And by the end of the episode, what has he gained for his efforts? Jack shit. His name isn't cleared, his life hasn't changed or improved in any significant way, and even finally learning who betrayed him is made hollow by the fact that it's his old partner, someone he loved and trusted. He has closure, sure, but was it really worth it? If Jet chose to simply walk away and let it go, his memories of his old partner and his old life would be untarnished. And this isn't me saying Netflix Bebop's core theme is ignorance is bliss or something like that, because that's not it at all. Jet, Spike, and Faye's knowledge and understanding of the world around them is what frequently keeps them alive. What I take away from this show is the simple idea that it's okay to have missing pieces. That for as much as we hope for a clean resolution to our problems, life isn't always that kind. But that doesn't have to be a bad thing. Going back to episode 5, While all this bullshit with Jet is going on, do you know what Spike and Faye are doing? Chilling, shooting the shit, and getting to know each other better. At this point in the story, neither character has been given the opportunity to confront their missing piece, yet they're both completely capable of living in the moment and enjoying their time together. They don't need to be totally whole, complete individuals in order to live their lives. This is even more true for Faye than Jet. Having awoken from cryosleep with complete amnesia, almost her whole life is a missing piece. She has no censor, nothing to give her any idea of how she's meant to fit into this world. But the best part about losing your life is that you get to build a new one, and that new life quickly reveals itself to be a part of the Bebop's crew. Similarly to Jet, however, Faye's obsession with chasing after her missing piece damages her life and relationships, and all without any real gain. Getting her hands on her identikit is certainly cathartic, but it doesn't resolve any of the problems she hoped it would. She still doesn't have any idea who she is or who she's supposed to be. But at least as a crew member of the Bebop, she can still live in the moment. Then there's Spike, who's interesting for how paradoxical his relationship with this idea is. He's a man with one foot in the past and one in the present. He's left behind his life in the Syndicate and seemingly wanted to stay in the past. In episode 3, he's given a chance to kill his greatest enemy, but he chooses to walk away. He literally tells Vicious to leave well enough alone and let Fearless stay dead. However, he has one major contradiction: Julia. No matter what, Spike refuses to let Julia go. He may say he was dreaming when he fell for her, may try to stay out of her life, but no matter what, he can't just bring himself to move on from her. On top of that, Vicious refuses to even give Spike the opportunity to move forward. He repeatedly tries to have Spike killed, even after Spike gives him the chance to walk away. Even more so than the rest of the cast, Vicious is someone whose entire existence is defined by the past. His abusive father and dead mother molded him into the person he is today, and even after he overcomes them, he can't let go of Spike for betraying him and getting with Julia. And the clash between these two men in the final episode results in both of them losing everything they've come to gain. Vicious no longer has the power of the Syndicate after working to achieve it for almost the whole season. And Spike's friends leave him behind after the consequences of his poisonous past almost get them killed. What both of these men, and much of the rest of the cast really, need to understand is that we can very rarely turn back the clock and regain what we've lost. But if we can learn to live with our missing pieces, with those events in our lives we simply can't resolve, we can truly move forward and make a life for ourselves that we're proud of. That's a really fucking powerful idea, in my opinion. And that's why I love Netflix's Cowboy Bebop. Look, I've been sitting on this video basically since this show first came out, and when I was originally planning it out, I was gonna end it by saying something like, no matter what, I can't wait until season 2. God fucking damn it, Netflix.